you presenting here tonight at the Ace Eddie Award?
I'm presenting Best Television Movie and miniseries tonight.
And do you have a favorite, or you don't really?
I don't know. I'm just going to honor the winners. And the editors have a specific thing that when they vote, so I think that I don't want to tip it one way or the other.
I heard you talking about editing, and I was thinking of that movie, The Manchurian Candidate, and that first scene of the intercutting of all the different. I mean, it's the editing really that makes that scene of the dream that he's having, right?
Absolutely. Editing is such a misunderstood or an underestimated aspect of cinema that it's so nice to be here. I mean, I learned as a director, to direct in the editing room. And they're part psychotherapist, they're part handholder and educator, because you're going, oh my gosh, why didn't I have that shot? I was right there. I should have gotten that shot. And they go, that's okay. We understand. I said, well, we had to go to lunch, and it was started to rain, so we had to, and they go, that's okay. Well, and they'll blow it up and make, they'll create a shot where it wasn't there. And as an actor, they've saved my life and made me look a lot better than I was. As a director, they've certainly made me a lot better than I was, or made the picture better than it was, And they have a different way of looking at the story and the characters. And so, thank God for editors. It's a wonderful, wonderful craft.
Hi, my name's Skip McDonald. I am an editor on Better Call Saul. I've been nominated for 2 episodes tonight for the Eddie Awards, and that's why I'm here.
Now, did you also work on Breaking Bad?
Yes, I did.
So this is kind of wonderful that the success has sort of continued on into the spin-off series.
Yeah, it's really great that, we've went right from Breaking Bad to Better Call Saul, and they've been really good to us, and people are liking what we're doing.
Hi, my name is Jeff Draheim. I'm nominated for editing for the film Moana.
And tell me, do you enjoy editing for animation?
I love it. The biggest difference on an animated film versus a live action is on animation, we're on these things for like 3 years, sometimes longer. So you are really able to just totally invest yourself. And you have to love the project. Fortunately at Disney it's very easy, but I just love having that much time. And we don't think twice about, well, that idea didn't work, throw it away, let's start over. So I just love the idea that we can really take our time to really craft these films.
Okay, my name is Tommy Wakefield, and we edited a 1-minute scene from Nashville. They sent out dailies to everybody across the country, and we edited the scene down, and we were picked as the top 3.
Yeah, and my name's Caitlin Alley, and same exact thing as Tommy. Yeah.
Have you ever been to anything like this before?
No, this is my first time actually being out in California, so it's been such a wonderful experience so far.
Where are you from?
I'm actually from Connecticut, so yeah. Oh yeah, but I go to school, same school as him, University of North Carolina. Well, University of North Carolina School of the Arts, but I'm from Connecticut, so yeah.
Sure, you when the year that you won the Oscar, didn't you win the Oscar? Yes. So you've worked a long time, and with Martin Scorsese, right? Yes, amazing. You have an amazing career.
Yeah, so I've worked on 23 films that Martin Scorsese made. I'm a very lucky person, and the great thing about them is that they're holding up over time. People are still going to see them, and that's a great tribute to his brilliance as a director. I'm so lucky to work for him.
As for you as an editor, he still uses you. You guys have a great relationship, it sounds like.
Oh, yes, we've worked together I've known him 50 years. There were 10 years I couldn't work with him because I wasn't in the union. But all in all, I've worked with him for about 40 years, which is quite amazing. I'm so lucky.
So you edited La La Land.
I did, yeah. I was lucky to be able to do it. It was the second film I did with Damien Chazelle, and that continuing collaboration has just been a dream come true for me. So I'm very happy that I got to do the picture, and all of this success that it's having now is kind of a beautiful reward. It's extra, it's gravy,
I think we need musicals now, actually. I think musicals...
I like hearing that. I love musicals. I've always been a fan of musicals, from Singing in the Rain to Gene Kelly's It's Always Fair Weather and West Side Story. And so when Damien sent me the script for La La Land, he sent it to me after we worked on Whiplash. I read it and I was just delighted. And he said, I really want to make a film that's inspired by these 1950s and 60s MGM musicals, but I also want to make a film that's inspired by the films of Jacques Demy. But at the same time, I want it to be a love letter to Los Angeles, and I want it to feel naturalistic and contemporary. So it was kind of a tall order because he really wanted to mix a lot of different tones, and for me as an editor, it was challenging because he wanted to mix a lot of different editing styles. He wanted a lot of scenes to play out like something you'd see in a Fred Astaire or Ginger Rogers movie. He wanted to play out in a long take, a wide take, but then other scenes on either side he wanted cut very quickly or cut differently. So it was a big challenge. I mean, we worked on the picture for almost a year, and the biggest challenge was to calibrate and find the right balance.
You worked on editing the picture for almost a year.
I worked on editing the picture for almost a year. Yeah.
My name is Spencer Averick. I'm here because I'm nominated for documentary editing for 13th. Yeah, that's the name of the movie, 13th.
And what is that about?
It deals with mass incarceration and sort of the history of how we got to this point where the United States is the highest, most incarcerated country in the world per capita.
I'm sorry, now I know.
Yeah.
But yes, that... and it looks like that's not going to change anytime soon.
No, there were things that sort of made us feel like maybe it was going to change in the right direction. Obama let out nonviolent offenders, and Hillary Clinton actually said publicly that we want to end mass incarceration, which was unheard of for a politician to say. But now it's different. There's so much money involved that it's going to take a lot to reverse this terrible plague of mass incarceration in this country, and it's not going to happen anytime soon, unfortunately.
Money because they privatized the prisons?
Yes, money because they privatized prisons, but there's privatization in the prison system that goes far beyond prisons. The food that gets, the commissary, the clothing. I mean, the list is on, and people would lose their income if we went to public prison. So unfortunately, too many people are making too much money from the incarceration of people. And so that gives them incentives, the government incentives to lock people up. That's a vicious cycle.
Yeah, that is just, there's just so much wrong with what you just...
Terrible. In editing this movie, we started with this because it's a known thing that there's money in prisons. But in order for us to tell this story, we had to go back to the time just after the Emancipation Proclamation to tell the full story, because most of the people in jail are black.
My name is Joe Walker, and I'm a film editor who cut Arrival, and I'm nominated for the Best Edited Feature Drama.
I think we've actually talked to you here before.
Yeah, I was here for 12 years a slave and Sicario. So this is my third time round. I'm very happy to be here. I know, I've got a whole waft of trophies. Sometimes I leave the silver polish out for my cleaner and with an arrow sign.
There's so much going on in the world right now. What do you think is important about practicing your art, which is editing?
Well, on a film like Arrival, which is very of the moment, I mean, the backdrop to us working on that was the whole presidential campaign. And, it's an unusual film in that regard. It's a film with a message of tolerance and unity, with a strong female lead, celebrates education, intelligence. It's got a few jokes about Sheena Easton. I mean, it's swimming against the tide. And sometimes when we were rewriting little news reports, we'd say that's too crazy. And then we'd go and read a newspaper and go, actually, it's nothing like crazy enough. So, yeah, it's troubled times, I think we're in.
So I'm a big fan of your show.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I especially love how your character has changed this year when she got what she wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because it's ultimately not what she really wants, which is contentment and happiness.
Now in this environment, which I think we need musicals now more than ever.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't know. We've been working on the show for almost 4 years, and so much has changed in the time we've been developing the show. But it's good that it's appreciated now more than ever.
This has been quite a couple of years, because I remember I saw you a couple years ago at the Trevor Project, and and now it's like your fame and your success has just kind of gone. I mean, how does that feel?
It's amazing. I mean, it still feels like a whirlwind. I've had a little more time to process it, and I just feel incredibly fortunate every single day. And I'm so happy to be hosting an award show. That's a massive deal. And I'm so excited to be here.
I'm Teresa, Real Gay TV. It's nice to meet you. I am a big fan.
Thank you.
It's what a wonderful show. Do you love working on it?
I honestly get emotional driving to work. I am so grateful for what I get to be a part of every day, and I love working the show. The people from literally the top all the way to everyone and anyone included on the show. It's amazing.
I mean, it's an amazing cast. I remember the man that plays your brother. I used to watch him on All My Children.
Justin Hartley? Oh yeah, you and everyone else. They're like, your brother is so hot. I'm like, stop. Yeah, but he's a stud. Yeah.
And the editing on that show is very important, it seems to me.
I mean, it's basically 3 shows in one, and there's a lot happening. There's younger kids, there's teenagers now, and it's so important. I don't even know how she does it. It's like, what? You're really telling a story with the way that you edit. And I don't know how she does it with so many characters, so many threads in the storyline that are so important to get these really specific points. She's a genius. I don't know how she does it.
And what I really love is your relationship with your now fiance on that show. It's very real love.
Oh, sure. Right? Because we kind of gloss over relationships and we're like, everything's perfect. But this is stuff that really real people talk about. And I'm so happy that Kate is strong enough to say, these are my boundaries. This is what happens. And it's giving, I think, I know because people reach out to me, women courage to stand their ground and say, you know what, I got to love myself first before I can really be a lover to someone else. So yeah, there's a lot of really great things happening.